live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber, stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber, she's just doing what she can. Here comes Amber, cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, from sequins to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine gaze. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts to playing. It's time for cabareting on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Let's give a big hand for Jack and the Beaver Pond Orchestra playing the Beaver Strut there. Yay, that was a great song. I really like that, and we're going to tell you more about that later on. Hi there, I am Amber LeMay from the House of LeMay, and welcome to the 13th episode of Amber Live. We already got Larry from Florida saying, hey to you, Larry, nice seeing you. So yeah, 13 shows already under our belt. And the belt's expanding, if you know what I'm saying. Yes. So, but it's a great show. Oh my goodness, how excited I am. I've got some award-winning guests tonight. One of them, Darren Perron from WCAX Channel 3. That's the CBS affiliate here in Burlington and Vermont. He's won the Edward R. Murrow Award. He's won a GLAD. He's been nominated for GLAD Awards. He's won all kinds of things. And he's going to be here to talk about all those things. And then I've got Glam Award winner and international drag star, Sherry Vine. She's going to be on, and we're going to watch a special video of hers and meet the director of the video. Yes, right here. And then also I've got a cooking demonstration that you're going to want to take care of, pay attention to for Father's Day. That's next Sunday. So take care of your daddies next Sunday, okay? But we're going to teach you how to cook a steak that daddy's going to love. Plus we have the quiz. Oh, speaking of the quiz, if you'd like to be a member of the quiz team, send us an email right there. It says amberlemaylive@gmail.com. And if you're the first one to write in, we'll get you on the quiz tonight, okay? And while you're there typing things, make sure you like our page. Make sure you share our page. Make sure you go on YouTube and subscribe to that, okay? It really helps because, you know, believe it or not, this little thing that I'm doing in my basement here, we're getting up to 4,000 views a week on this show. Yes, but we need to spread the word, and you can help because I know you're liking it. So tell others to like it as well, okay? All righty. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's get on with our guests, okay? So my first guest tonight, if there was an Amber LeMay fan club, which why in the hell isn't there one? This guy would be the president and membership chairman of the Amber LeMay fan club, and also my publicist because he likes me and I like him too. So let's say hello to Big J, Joshua Beaupre. Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's up, Amber?
Oh, well, I'm just happy to see you. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you all here.
Yeah, so Joshua and I go way back from being in public events and things because, well, you know, the LeMays, we like to go out and do stuff. And Josh likes to perform as well. Josh, tell us some of the things you perform with. Who do you perform with?
Let's see, I performed with Mango Jam. I love
What do you do with them? What do you do with Mango Jam there? There you are right there, yeah.
Yeah, right there. As people can see, I play the Magic Rubboard as many know, and it's a lot of fun. It's just played with a washboard with spoons, and you go something like this to make
You got great rhythm. I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
And also, you've got a favorite dancer that you like to imitate, don't you?
Oh, of course. One of my favorite pop stars, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Oh man, I've seen you do Michael's moves, and you do them very well, Josh. That's great. And also, you worked with Puppets in Education, didn't you?
I sure did. I talked about bullying and how to solve a problem.
So how does Puppets in Education work?
Well, it's usually like you learn a couple of skits and then you go to different schools to perform them. So it's a really good honor to do that as well.
Yeah, with puppets though. You're using puppets to communicate with the children. That's great.
Yeah,
So I understand recently you won a medal.
I sure did.
What did you win?
Well, since the coronavirus has been spreading some Special Olympics, I decided to do a fitness challenge. So this is a gold medal for winning first place in the fitness challenge.
So what did you have to do?
Oh man, there was a lot to do. I had to do some stretching. I had to do some what else? Strength and
Endurance.
endurance. So it
Oh,
took a long time.
I wouldn't. Nope. I couldn't do that, Josh. Good for you. How many other medals have you won with the Special Olympics?
Oh my God, I go way, way back. And
Yeah,
in 2013, I went to South Korea and got a fourth and fifth place ribbon. But
you went to South Korea?
I sure did, dude.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was big time.
I don't think they'd let me in the country myself, but good for you. So, did you represent Vermont or the United States or?
Team USA.
Oh, Josh, that is so cool. And you placed, you said fourth there?
Yes, fourth and fifth place ribbon. And speaking of Special Olympics, in 2022, Orlando, Florida is going to be hosting a Special Olympics event there. So
Yeah.
I'm going to sign it up and hopefully we'll get picked to go there.
I know you like Disney World, don't you?
Oh, I'm a big Disney fan. You betcha.
What do you like best about Disney World?
Let's see. I love the attractions and meeting the characters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty amazing, isn't it, there? All the things they do. And I can't imagine it, what's happening now. You know, poor Mickey and Minnie running around there not seeing anybody.
Nope, I bet so.
So, do you have anything coming up, Big J?
Let's see. Anything coming up? Well, I've been looking for special appearances, and thanks for calling me in to represent you guys. But for the rest of my fans out there, stay tuned to when I come to Three Needs or any special bars that may doing some DJing with my favorite buddy DJ Craig Mitchell, and that's how I entertain people.
Yes, you do, man. It was a Mardi Gras party at Three Needs, wasn't it? Yep, there we were. Yeah, Lucy Bell, you and I, we were there at Three Needs, and you were doing your Michael Jackson dance there, and that was just a fun afternoon.
Oh man, I'll never forget that.
Oh, good. Well, Josh, you take care of yourself, and I look forward. One thing I like about you, Josh, is your positive energy. I look at your Facebook posts and there's nothing but positivity there. And that really helps me out. Several days when I may be feeling down or have a bad day, I read your posts and I go, my goodness, there is good in the world. And thank you very much, Josh, for helping me out during those times.
Of course, Amber, my pleasure.
Okay. And I'll have you back on sometime to do your Michael Jackson dance because I want people to see that.
Oh, sweet. I love that.
All right, Josh, you take care and have a good evening.
All right, you too. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
All right. Thank you, Josh. See you later.
See you later.
Yes. What a delightful person he is. We got the Tennessee groups watching. Gosh, I've already seen Florida watching, Tennessee, California. Anybody else? And the South End's watching too in Burlington. Good. All right. Thank you very much. And Lucy Bell's up in the hot damn trailer park watching. I'm glad the Wi-Fi is working. Sometimes it's a little iffy up there. And you know what? Lucy Bell has promised, I have it on tape. She promised she will be on in 2 weeks for our Pride episode. Yes, so look forward to that. Lucy Bell. Oh my, it's been a while since anybody's seen Lucy Bell. So something's going on the internets now that I really don't understand. But my producer, Mr. Russell, has come up with this new thing that we ought to do. So take it away, Russell. I can't hear that. Were you hearing that? I wasn't hearing that. I don't know. Well, it's about TikTok. TikTok. I don't know. It's a watch. I don't know. But these kids these days are doing these TikTok vignettes or little film clips. And so what I'd like you to do is take the Amber Strut, that's my theme song, and do a clip, a TikTok clip. Yes. And you can find that on our, we're getting it now. Oh, that's scary. That's just downright scary. so you can. Hi there, Amber LeMay here, host of Amber Live, and we're having our first contest. Yes, and you can be a winner, but you need to do something first, okay? Now, someone tells me that all you kids now are doing something called TikTok. TikTok. I'm not sure what it is, but I think you do something like this.
Here comes Amber. Cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand.
And now you can do it too. So what you do is you go to my Facebook page or the YouTube page, get a clip of the theme song, and do a TikTok and send it to us. Then we're going to pick our favorites and show them, and big prizes may be involved. All right. So, but while you're on our Facebook and YouTube page, make sure you like and share and subscribe and do all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So get on your mark, get set, TikTok. All right. That's all you got to do. So get on there and do that. I know you can do it. I can't, but I know you can. So please help us out. We'd like to add some spice and get you involved as well. So my next guest, oh my goodness. Whoo-hoo. So Darren, he's won the National Edward R. Murrow Award. He's had 11 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards, 2 Emmy Awards, 18 Emmy nominations, and more than a dozen Associated Press awards. His National Edward R. Murrow Award, that was really cool because it was the most prestigious journalism award in the U.S., and it honored his investigation into open-air burn pits in war zones. Yeah, not a nice subject, but he went over there and he got involved and he made this report. But he's also been nominated for GLAAD Awards. And the year he was nominated for the GLAAD, that's the Gay, Lesbian, blah, 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 blah award, he was against Ellen DeGeneres and all these other people. He was the only regional or local person nominated. He didn't win, but he should have. All right. So he's won a lot of awards, but he's Vermont's own Darren Perron. So Darren, come on board.
Hello. Hi,
Hey,
Amber.
dude. Hi there. So, Darren, so happy to see you. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, I see you on the news every night, but it's nice to have this interaction here too. So,
Thank
Darren,
you. Good to you.
so you're a native. There you go. Ooh, doesn't he look hot there? So you're a native Vermonter, all right? From you're up in the Northeast Kingdom, aren't you? Which
Yeah,
is right.
I grew up in Glover, and then my folks moved to the big city of Barton in
So that's up in the Northeast Kingdom. Where I grew up was the Northeast Queendom, which is right next door. Did your dad ever come over to Beaver Pond? That's a possibility. So Darren, you've won all these awards. You're the lead person on the WCAX news. You're the producer of the news. And for those who don't know, WCAX is the CBS affiliate that covers upstate New York, all of Vermont, and parts of New Hampshire. And how long have you been the lead, the head honcho there?
Well, Marcellus Parsons, of course, everybody remembers. Everybody called him Div in the studio who worked with him. He retired in 2009, and I was the weekend anchor at the time. and then I got promoted to his position. So 2009 goes by like
Wow.
that.
It has. It has. So, a market this size, it's not the biggest market, but it's not the smallest one either. It's usually like a stepping stone because we've seen a lot of people go through those camera doors there. But you're still here.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
it's home for me. I mean, I care about what I'm talking about. I can drive an hour and a half and see the rents, and I have 50 first cousins, and most of them are still in the Northeast Kingdom. So it's home for me. And I've taken the free trips and the opportunities from the headhunters to go look at other stations and whatnot, but really it was just for the free trip.
because you do like to have fun, Darren.
Yes, I do.
I can attest to that. So,
Cheers to that.
yeah. So, Darren, times are changed here in the past 3 or 4 months. How has your life and job changed?
It has been so crazy. But I look at it, Amber, like it's probably never been more important to have this job than right now, given, what's going on with Black Lives Matter, but also COVID. Um, it's been a lot. I can't complain, but it has been given what's going on, but it's been a lot of overtime, as you can imagine. I've been putting in 70, some weeks 80-hour work weeks, a lot of in-house, but it's all changed because most of our crews now are working remotely, or they have home studios because we're trying to keep everybody out of the joint. We had 4 people with COVID at WCAX.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So the stories you cover, how is it? How are you working differently, or are you covering different types of stories?
It's been really focused on those 2 topics in the last several weeks. And, it's strange because you're used to going out in the public, talking, you engage people, you get to, you get more of a sense of where they're coming from when you're talking to them face to face. But now everything's done via Zoom or Skype or some platform like that. So how we're going about doing the news these days is definitely different. But and really, really focused on those 2 topics.
So how has the audience reaction been to what you're doing? Have they been interacting with you differently?
It's been, generally speaking, pretty positive, particularly when COVID first happened. We were on the air quite a bit. We're covering, the governor's press conferences all live, and those go, a couple of hours. People are staying tuned. The ratings are through the roof right now because
Really?
people are for that information. I think as it's lingered on now, people are getting maybe perhaps a little tired of it, but still, so far, knock on wood, and it keeps me in business. If they're watching, the ratings are good right now.
Well, Darren, I have a little prefab meeting before the show each week. Believe it or not, we do plan things. And one of the conversations amongst my contributors and consultants was how important is that your report after the governor's conference there, the way that you concise everything down and deliver what he said in a nutshell, then that's very appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Andy.
Okay, right there. Your recaps of the governor's COVID conference are a real benefit to the state, Darren. And that it is because you listen to him talk and do you really say that? What does that mean? And then, but when you come on and you just make it in plain Vermont language that we all understand, it's very much appreciated. That's right. So,
That's
what happens after this? When you can have people in the studio, will you have people in the studio? Is this the way we're going to do everything from now on?
It's a really good question. I mean, sadly, we had to, cancel all of our internships this summer. So a lot of kids were disappointed in that. We're still not allowing any interviews to happen in-house. We have a little makeshift studio outside in our orchard that we're doing some interviews with, but mostly it's kind of the platforms like this. But when that's lifted, that's a great question. I mean, every morning when we go in, before we even enter the studio, we get our temperatures checked, you know, and it's a whole different ball game. But when things open back up for us, I don't know.
Yeah. How do you see this affecting the election? I mean, in Vermont, well, we have the presidential election, of course, but in Vermont, we also have a governor's race and all the state reps and state senators. Do you see anything? How's that going to play out
You know,
differently?
that's a good question. The governor has said that he is not going to campaign or fundraise specifically for his reelection while the emergency is still happening, and he's expected to extend that emergency on Monday.
What do you mean by that? Are we getting some breaking news here?
Well, he sort of hinted at it last week,
Okay.
but basically, it allows him to still have the authority to do what he wants as far as reopening or closing businesses and really still managing how much access people have to one another. So that's probably why he's going to extend it. It doesn't necessarily mean we're worse off because, you know, aside from the outbreak in Winooski that's now trickled into Burlington and a little bit in some surrounding areas, our numbers, knock on wood, I'm knocking on wood right now. We're doing all right, thankfully so. But extending that emergency tomorrow, I believe it's going to happen, will give him, you know, the authority to keep doing what he's doing.
Now, you and I are both very social people. We like being around people. We like having a good time. How are you coping socially?
This has been a nightmare, right? I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've done a few like, you know, Skype and Zoom parties and that kind of thing. And at first I was like, this is going to be crazy. I'm not going to be into this at all. You know, it is what it is. But I've had a couple of outdoor social distancing, like, you know, a handful of friends over. But really, I mean, my partner and I, Chris and I, have really kind of stayed away and like done a couple of grocery store runs here and there and, you know, takeout from restaurants, trying to support some restaurants. But yeah, not being able to like hug someone and,
Oh,
you know, it's tough for people like us. I mean, it's tough for
yes.
everybody. You know, you and I are pretty social peeps.
Yes, we are. And we've hugged a few times. um, um, your work is awesome. That's very good. Thank you, Nicole. I agree. So what else is happening, Darren? What do you see happening anywhere with anything? Give me some, look in your crystal ball.
Let's see here.
Yes.
You know, I think that we're going to, you know, it's just amazing what we're seeing with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and, you know, voices finally being heard that have not, and that have gone unheard. And, you know, I think that's just amazing to see. I have nieces and nephews who are pretty young, and having them see this taking place, I think it's an important time in our history.
So we're in Vermont, which is, you know, one of the whitest states in the country. How's it affecting us, and what do you see it happening?
Well, you know, you bring up a really interesting point. I mean, you know, we are like one of the whitest states in the nation, and um, so all of us have lived in kind of a bubble up here, and it's a very liberal state, and so you know, we get to see now through a lens that perhaps we never got to see before in our generation because people have cell phones, and now people are like, no, we're not putting up with this BS anymore, and this is what's going down. And I think that people have now looked at it like time is up, like that's it, enough is enough. And you know, I'm happy to say that you know, while it took a horrific thing to, you know, get us to this point, at least people are talking about it now. And you know, unfortunately, we saw, you know, over the weekend, the Black Lives Matter was written in front of the State House on the State Street, and you know, someone vandalized it. It's just so there, those people are out there,
Yeah.
and it's time we talk about it.
Yeah. Well, Darren, thank you so much. Go back to the green room, have some noshes there, and someone sees the Emmys on your shelf back there. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
all right, very good. So go back there, and we'll bring you back for the quiz later on, Darren. Thank you so much. Oh, wow, what a nice person. All right, so. A couple of weeks ago, we had Francis Legg on, who gave us his wonderful shortbread recipe. Did you try that? Lots of people have and really liked it. Well, we've decided to have him back periodically to do some cooking demonstrations. And this week, he's going to tell us how we can make a steak for Dad next week that Dad's going to love. So let's roll that tape.
Steak. Hello everyone, it is Chef Scottish Francis again. Hi Amber, thank you for having me back. This week I'm going to teach you how to do steak my way, the best way, where you can have a nice big thick steak and cook it perfectly. And we're going to do sous vide. Things you will need: butter, pepper, salt, some of your favorite herbs. I have thyme and rosemary here. And you will need one hell of a T-bone steak, or any of your favorite steak will work fine. This one's about 40 ounces and it is incredible. Now, you have to salt and pepper the steak. Let's go. You're going to be putting lots of pepper on the steak, okay? Lots and lots and lots and lots of pepper. Because we're going to be sous vide and putting it into a water bath, and nice big chunks of salt, all right? And we're going to flip it. We're going to do the same. Nice big chunks of salt and lots of black pepper.
How thick is this?
Oh, this is about 2.5 inches thick. It's a really nice thick steak. And this, you can, when you're doing sous vide, you want a nice big thick steak because you're not going to ruin it at all. If you try to cook this in any way or shape or form without knowing how to cook it properly, you're going to ruin it. So back to the steak. What you need next is a Ziploc bag, a nice big Ziploc bag. Don't forget to pick up all the extra bits around the edge from the tray, all right? This is going to go inside the bag. Next, you're going to put a pad of butter on the bottom, a pad of butter on the top, and then you're going to put your herbs in the bag, all right? So you're just going to sit them in there. Now, if you have a vacuum sealer, you can use a vacuum sealer, but you can use Ziploc bags too. It is perfectly fine, all right? So next, this is going to go into the water bath. I have it at 126 degrees because I really like a raw steak, all right? So you're just basically going to submerge it into the water bath. So I'm going to leave it now for 4 hours at 126 degrees, and it's going to slowly cook inside this sealed bag. After 4 hours, your steak is going to look just like this. Remove it from the bag, get rid of the herbs, and you're going to pat it dry because, of course, we have to make it nice and crispy now. So turn the steak over again. Now, remember, the steak is completely cooked right now, all the way through. Make sure you have your pan ready, nice and hot, and it's time to head to the pan. Now, the pan is blistering hot. You have to have it as hot as possible. We want to sear this as quick as we can. So you want to put a little olive oil in the pan. Come closer, darlings. A little olive oil in the pan, not too much, or you're going to kind of boil your steak. Now, you see that's very hot, okay? Be careful here. You want that sizzle. If you don't get a sizzle, it's not cooking properly. Now, after about a minute, you're going to turn it, okay? And you'll see you have a nice crisp on that side. Now again, remember, it's fully cooked in the middle. Now don't forget, after another minute, you want to get the sides of the steak, all right? So pick it up and make sure you go around the edges of the steak to get extra crispiness, okay? And there you have it, the most perfect steak. It only took 4 hours, so make sure you have time to make it. But any of your fathers or daddies will truly love how perfectly cooked this steak is. This is truly rare, perfectly cooked, and you don't even have to wait for it to rest. Here we go. Sorry I can't send this to you, Amber, but you can cook this at home too. And go to cedarlaneculinary.com and you can find all the best sous vide machines.
Isn't it? Nice meat, Francis. Looking forward to doing that. Whoa. Boil it in a bag. I think I've heard of some people cooking eggs that way. Who knows? That was fun, though. Thank you, Francis. We'll have him back some more. All right. So my next guest, oh my goodness. I first met her 10 years ago in person. 10 years ago, I'd heard of her many years before that. But thanks to our good friend Isis Vermouth, invited us down to the Rocks Club in Albany, and we got to meet the fabulous Cherry Vine, and so I was really happy with that. And there she is. Okay. She went down to the lower tier. I couldn't see her. Hey, Cherry. Hi there. Hey, listen, first off, your show Thursday night was wild. That was fun.
Thank you, darling. I was so nervous, but thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's tough, putting yourself out there. But no, it was a live show on Thursday. You're in LA, correct?
I'm in Los Angeles. I moved here a year ago, and I was nervous mostly because I'm gonna move this light closer to my face. I was nervous mostly because it was so much work to do technically, and that's not really what I'm great at. And
we just look pretty. Our job is to look pretty.
I try, but it's a lot. Like I was saying, like now drag queens, you've got to be a lighting technician, a sound operator, a green screen, backdrops. It's a lot, but you got to adapt, girl. You got to adapt.
That's why I started this 13 weeks ago. I said, got to do something.
Well, I can't believe I'm so happy to see your face. It's been years.
It was 10 years ago last week. There we are.
Are you
down
serious?
At Rocks.
10?
Yeah, it was 10 years ago this week. Actually, yeah.
I was wondering because I looked at that dress and I was like, oh, I think that was like my Gaga costume. And it was like 10 years ago that I was doing all the Gaga parodies.
Yeah. And this is the outfit that I wore that night. Yes.
Well,
thank God it's blousy.
So wear it, girl. That's all that matters.
That's it. So you did this show and you're doing some other live streaming as well. So tell me something about that.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot. I mean, I'm just trying to keep busy. I'm a person that for mental health and happiness and all that, it makes me happy to be busy and to work. So that's all I'm doing. So I have the next live show is Saturday, June 20th. It's me and Jackie Beat together, Battle the Bitches. Yeah.
Oh.
And then I will be doing another solo show in the beginning of July. And it's very dirty. I don't want to be too dirty on this show because I saw earlier you had younger people as guests. Big J. I was like, oh, I don't know if he's 18 or not, so I better watch my language.
No, I think you're safe. I think you're safe.
Yeah. Well, my shows are very adult.
Yes.
Not safe for work. They're very dirty, but silly, stupid, dirty. So anyway, people can just look at sherryvine.com. I've always got a show, and every week I'm presenting new videos, and they're free to watch, and they could just see that on Instagram or YouTube, Sherry Vine.
So your Thursday show benefited two very good organizations.
Yes,
tell me
I've
about
actually
those.
done a lot. That was my 6th show, and every show has been a benefit. The one Thursday was for the Okra Project, which is an organization of mostly trans chefs and people providing food and services to trans people. They work. I was looking for specifically to benefit a Black Lives Matter organization and a Black Trans Lives Matter. So the Okra Project, which is amazing. I had never heard of it, and Peppermint told me about it, and I investigated, and I was like, this is beautiful. And since then, I've hooked up the guy that does my wigs, Billy Lamore. He's been doing working with them. And then the other one was Black Visions Collective.
And that's great. Do you know how much money you raised that night?
I was able to give $500 to each.
Thank you. That is very, very good. That's very good.
Thank the people that watched and tipped, because that was a free show. So that was, we made $1,000 in tips, and that was really, really special.
That's very nice. So what would you have been doing if the COVID hadn't happened? Where would you have been? What would you be doing?
Girl, I'd be all over the world. Literally right now, today, I would be in Tel Aviv. I know. but that's now in November, so I hope it really happens. Well, I was in Mexico with Jackie Beat in the middle of March, and we were supposed to stay another week, and this all went down, and we were like, we got to get home. Ooh. And at first I was like, I'm just going to stay here in Puerto Vallarta. If I have to be quarantined, I'm going to be here. But luckily I didn't, because in my mind I was like, this is just going to be a couple weeks. So I wouldn't want to be there this whole time. But in April I was going to be in Berlin, and we were doing Who's the Boss live on stage here in LA. And then in May, I had a big tour, actually some shows with Peppermint in Iceland and Dublin and London. And then I was going to be in all over the place, girl. So hopefully everything will happen in the fall. But I'm unemployed right now, and my unemployment just ended. So the next show that I'm doing is for my rent.
You go, girl. Girls got to eat. Girls got to eat.
And I have done a lot of benefits. I gave some stuff, one show, the money to Actors Fund, and I did tipped a lot of my drag sisters that are having a harder time, because I've been very fortunate. Yeah. And the face masks that I did, I sold out of them, and all that went to feed healthcare workers. And again, I gave half to an organization in LA and half to one in New York. And so, yeah, whatever. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just like, oh, I've been very lucky. I could live on my unemployment. I'll give this money away. But now that's done. And the bitch got to eat.
Well, you know what? It's called karma. You know, we drag performers do a lot of benefits for a lot of different people, a lot of different causes. And so when it comes times like these, when, you know, some of us need some help, I think people are more than welcome or more than happy to support us.
Yeah, yes. People have been amazing, and I love that, and I like to be a part of it. So. Well,
just a number of people who said, you know, they look forward to seeing this on Sunday night. I go, Jesus Christ, don't you watch 60 Minutes?
This is so much more exciting than 60. You know, I think people want to escape. I mean, that's why I put out these stupid videos, and people love them. And they're like, more and more and more. And I think between the news and everything that's going on, which is important to pay attention, but between some of the shenanigans with Trump and everything, it's just like, girl, people need to escape, and they want to laugh for 3 minutes about something silly.
I agree. I totally agree. So you mentioned Peppermint earlier. Tell us more about Peppermint. Some of my audience might not know who she is.
Well, Peppermint is an amazing performer I've been friends with for about 20 years. We worked together in New York. She was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
I'm the worst. I don't know if it was season, I want to say 9 or 10, but she was on, and she's then the first, she's broken many ceilings. The first trans contestant, the first time they ever had a first runner-up. And she's the first trans actress to be in a starring role on Broadway. And
what was she in?
Head Over Heels.
Yes.
The Go-Go's jukebox musical, which I saw 3 times. And I'm not saying it's because if I was just a friend, I would have only seen it once. But I saw it 3 times because it was so good.
Yeah. Well, okay. Speaking of Peppermint, you and she have worked together before.
We've literally toured around the world together. We had a weekly show in New York City that went on for years until she was on Drag Race. And we've done tons of videos together. The most famous is probably our parody of Telephone, which is Gaga and Beyonce. I got millions of views on YouTube. But I really wanted to showcase this one. It is Pride Month. And with everything going on about with our trans sisters still being murdered constantly, it's ridiculous that we did a cover of It's Raining Men. It's not a parody, it's a cover. And all of these hot, sexy men in the video are all trans men.
Russell, let's look at it. Yes.
Hey, Peppermint. Hey, Sherry. We're your weathered girls. We got some news for you. Get ready, all you lonely girls. And you better leave your umbrellas at home. Okay. Humidity's rising. Rise. Barometer low. What the hell's a barometer? According to all sources. TMZ. The street's the place to go. Better hurry.
That's the night for the first time.
The first time?
Just about 10:30.
You mean 10:30?
For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself get
Absolutely soaking wet. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Every specimen, tall, blonde, dark and lean, rough and tough and strong and mean. God bless Mother Nature. She's a single mother too. She took on the heavens and she did what she had to do. Oh, she took on the angels and rearranged the sky so that each and every woman could find the perfect guy. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen, it's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. I feel stormy weather moving in, about to begin.
about to begin.
Feel the thunder. Don't you lose your head. Rip up the roof and stay in bed. Rip up the roof and stay in bed. God bless Mother Nature. She's a single mother too. She took on the heavens and she did what she had to do. Oh, she took all the angels and rearranged the sky so that each and every woman could find the perfect guy. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Boots, amen, it's raining men.
Get my galoshes.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Ooh, girls,
Amen, it's raining
I'm all
men.
wet.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Whoa,
Amen, it's raining men.
You get a man and you get a
Hallelujah,
man and you
it's
get a
raining
man.
men.
Girl.
Amen, it's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Girl, I think the song's over.
How much fun was that?
I mean, I think the sound was a little off, but whatever.
You
You
know-
get the idea.
We're talking from the basement in Burlington, Vermont, out to LA. If you've watched any network shows that have anything like that,
I know.
think we're doing pretty good.
No, it's fine. They get the idea. It was really fun. I haven't watched it in a while, so I was kind of like looking at oh, Francis Legg, who's my main.
Let's bring him on right now. Our cook, our Francis the chef. He was the director of that video. Yes.
I did something on that video. Hey, grandmas.
Who are you talking to?
Hi, Irish
Hi,
Francis.
Amber. Hey, Sherry, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, bitch?
I'm good.
So when did you make that video?
Oh, I don't remember that period. That whole like 10 years. I don't remember much.
No, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was before Perron was on Drag Race. So it was right before Drag Race. So I think it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah. So where did you find those locations? Where were those
Well,
locations?
there's a funny story about the rooftop. We shot most of it. We shot all of it inside this hotel. A friend of mine that worked at the Ace Hotel got us in there. And we shot in the gym. We shot in this other like banquet room. And then we went up to the roof because we're like, oh, it'd be beautiful. Well, it was like August or something. Oh God, she's bone crunching. It was like August or something, and I was barefoot because the roof was tar, so you couldn't be in heels.
Oh no!
But it was boiling hot, and so we're running around. It looks like we're bouncing and moving. We couldn't stand in one place. It was literally like fire. All for art.
Oh, from up here, it looked great.
Yeah, Josh directed that video too. Josh was amazing that day. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
Josh,
so how many days did it take you to do that?
Oh girl, a couple hours.
Yeah. Shot in 2 hours, edited in 1.
Francis and I actually had like a recipe for videos. We had it down to a science. Telephone actually took the long. Oh, he didn't do that one. Francis and I, we had it down to a science. We could shoot a video in. I'm very organized. I have everything planned and plotted, and it's like boom, 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 out. He'll go home, get high, edit it. It's done. It's great.
They call me One Shot Amber. I'll let you figure out why, but that's
Amber. I knew we had something in common.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Francis. That steak looked delicious, and I look forward to trying that. And what was the name of that process?
Oh, it's called sous vide. It was invented in World War II to feed the troops and for prisoners, and then fancy chefs got hold of it and they would water bath things, and it just makes it perfect. But it's a good way to feed 1 million people at once.
Is that how you did it in World War II?
Yeah, bitch. You would remember.
All right. So now we have our weekly quiz coming up here. So you guys are in that, and we're bringing Darren Perron back here. And so, all right. So there's today's a very special day. I don't know if you realize that, but today is Flag Day.
Hi guys.
National Bourbon Day.
Fag Day?
Flag.
Oh, Flag Day. Okay.
National Bourbon Day and Donald Trump's birthday. Yes, yes. It is a special day. So that's what this quiz is about. Okay?
I'll take bourbon.
All right. So question number 1. To classify as bourbon, it must contain over 51% of 1, corn, 2, barley, or 3, rye. What are your answers? Is your answer? Okay, it's 1, 2, or 3.
Are we ready?
Just show them. Show me what you got. Okay, corn. Okay, Darren, I can't see yours. I can't read what it says.
That's a 3.
That's a 3, rye. And Sherry says rye. Chef Francis is correct with corn. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you. If I got that wrong, being from Scotland, I'd be in trouble.
Yes. The thing is but you can't tell you drank it the next day, unlike eating it. So, all right. So, question number 2. It was on this day, June 14th, in what year that the Continental Congress adopted our national flag? They adopted it. That was nice. It was parentless and they adopted it. So what is it? 1775, 1776, or 1777 that we had a national flag? All right. We have a 1777, we have a 2, and we have a 2, and it was 1777. Francis, again.
Oh my God, I can't believe that the one person who's not from the United States,
I know, but it was
the one person who's here illegally gets it right.
Question number 3.
Invented it.
It was announced this week that one of Trump's casinos would be demolished.
Yay!
Which city is this located? Las Vegas, Havana, or Atlantic City? We have a 3. We have a 3. And Darren, what do you have? Mr. Newsman, you better get this. Does it say 3?
3.
3. Yes, you are all correct. Yes. Yes, apparently not enough people were winning there. So it will be torn down.
Shocking. Yeah. It's a metaphor for the country.
All right, number 4. The standard bourbon barrel holds how many gallons? 27.5, 53, or 62. Yeah, they aged the bourbon in barrels, and but they're all the same size. Whose dogs?
I should note.
Oh, sorry, that's my dog. I apologize.
Hamlet, be quiet.
What was that, Darren?
I said I should know the answer to this because I drink about a barrel of it.
Okay, so let's see. Sherry says
I'm gonna
1.
say number 3.
It is number 2, 53 gallons. Yep. You need to drink some more bourbon there. Question number 5. What year was the 49th and 50th star added to the United States flag? 1959, 1947, or 1961? Were any of you alive at any of those years?
No.
I don't know American stuff.
Contrary to popular belief, no, I was not alive.
All right. We have a 2, we have a 3, and Darren, what do you have? I can't see that. A 3. No, it was 1959.
Oh, nobody got it.
But you all look great. You may not be very smart, but you look great. Our last question. Donald Trump is known for his 1, small hands, 2, limited intellect, or 3, ability to cheat at everything he attempts. Francis evidently does know America.
His mother was Scottish.
Oh, you're all the above. Yes. Yes, it is. It's all the above. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you so much to you folks for coming on tonight. Sherry, let us know when your next shows are. We'll promote them. And
thank you.
You're doing, girl. Scottish Francis, looking forward to seeing you with your cooking, more cooking aspects coming up. And Darren, keep us informed, buddy. We're counting on you. All right. Very good. Okay, let's see now. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Thank you. Who's there? Still there? Darren. Where's Darren go? Where'd Darren go? I got to get rid of Darren. There we are. And I just want to say hello to Josh, too. Josh, one more time. Thank you, Josh, for coming on tonight. It was great having you.
Oh, no problem. Invite me anytime. And to all my fans, thank you all so much for coming out and watching my show with Amber. And make sure to tune in next time when I come on.
You'll be back. You'll be back. Definitely, Josh. Thank you, buddy. All right. So I see we're winding down a bit here, but someone's in the green room who wants to come out and talk. And if you've been watching the past couple of weeks, you know who that is. It's Rocco Zamboni.
Hey,
Rocco.
How you doing, Amber?
I'm doing fine. I just had a great show talking to some great people. And then
I know.
Now you. So
what a great way to end things, right?
Yeah. Well, I do a mutual friend of ours. I understand it's a special day for him. Our mutual friend Steve and his lovely wife Deb are celebrating an anniversary today. So I hope you will extend my best wishes to them.
Thank you. I will. You know, it's 6
even though I know Steve did have the hots for me for a while, but things don't work out sometimes.
Who doesn't, right? Look at you. Whoa.
So Rocco, what you got going this week?
Well, I know you guys were talking about all awards and stuff, right?
Yes.
Award winners and but I don't know if I told you this. It's big news. I've been selected to host the Big Tony Awards this year.
the big Tony Awards.
Oh, yeah, the annual Big Tony Awards. You know, the families get together. They have award ceremony. It's all peaceful, but it's fun. It gets a little crazy and rowdy, but you know.
We're not talking about the theatrical. I was going to say Marie Antoinette, but that wasn't it. Those Tony Awards.
Oh, no.
It's Big Tony.
Big Tony Awards. It's very different. We used to air it on the same night as the Tonys, I'll have you know. But since, you know, they're getting a little more progressive now, so they switched the date so they could accommodate the Velvet Mafia, so they can make it too.
So, what are some of the categories in the Big Tony Awards?
Oh, that's very good. We got, let's see. What do we got? The most profitable robbery, the hottest Kumar, most original way to get whacked. Of course, that's a posthumous award. So, and you know, most horse heads in a bed at one time. That's a creative one, I think. It's funny, you know. But they got best family, best. It's all crazy. But you know, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh, we got to do it virtual this year, which kind of stinks because you know. There's going to be no musical numbers. And you should see these guys. They wait all year to do it. You know, they let loose. Yeah. They're uptight guys sometimes. And this time, you know, they're like, hey, I want to put on tap shoes. I want to put on some glitter, you know, sequin tux, and get out there and shake my stuff. Whether anybody's going to do it or not, I don't know, because I don't know who's showing up yet, you know? I mean, you never know. Let's face it. Our in memoriam category takes 2 hours. All right.
So when is this going to happen?
Well, we're still trying to figure that out because, you know, things changed a little bit due to this whole COVID-19 thing. You know, we're doing a virtual. We're trying to get everyone. You'd think it'd be easier to get them online doing it instead of all in one room. But they don't really know how to operate computers because they don't want, you know, fingerprints on the grid and stuff. I'm hearing a lot of, I don't know if this is going to work and stuff. You know, hey, I got things to do.
But you know better.
I know, but I got no problem with it.
Do you plan on opening up with like an opening monologue with a few jokes? Or
yeah, I'm still working on it. You know, I was thinking about this one guy. He's a little overweight. It's really funny to see him chase down somebody when he escapes, so to speak. And it's really funny the way he sweats. And one time I heard, I don't see anything, but I heard he tripped, fell down a flight of stairs, and cracked his head open. Now, granted, he survived, but it was hilarious. I saw pictures. Oh, he had to be there, but oh my God.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't.
Oh, you should come to one of these sometimes.
Well, maybe have me as your co-host, maybe.
Maybe this year. We're online. Like I said, it's going to be soon, but I don't know how soon. Sometime this summer.
Well, you let me know, Rocco. Anything else you want to talk about tonight, Rocco?
I don't know. Let me check my notes. I took notes because I didn't want to forget anything. No, I got nothing. You know, but let me tell you something. Wait, what's this guy saying? You know, I know another Rocco wears 3 gold chains. I'm told to translate into full Guido when you have 3.
Is that insensitive?
No, that's accurate. Accurate.
Okay. I know I don't want to be accused of being insensitive or anything.
Yeah,
Well, Rocco, you have a great week.
Thank you. too.
I always look forward to you stopping by, and I know my viewers do as well. So again, wish Steve and Deb the best on their anniversary.
I will, and they thank you very much, Amber. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Big Tony's coming at you. You'll hear about it.
All right. Big Tony. Ooh. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping in today for our 13th episode. Whew, time flies. So Corey, oh my God, Corey's from Oh God, where's he from? Minnesota, Wisconsin, someplace out there. Corey, good to see you. Corey, next week you're going to want to watch because my guest is Mocktail Mo. She makes these wonderful drinks, not just like a virgin Bloody Mary or something like that. No, very creative with mocktails. Fascinating story why she's doing it too. So you'll want to tune into that. It's our Father's Day show. I will be singing a song. But watch anyway, won't you? All right. But we've got a lot of things coming up. So thank you very much for watching. Mwah. I'm going to be here. I hope you will be too. Bye-bye.